we're gathered here
Take what we are
for something absolutely beautiful.
Just because you've forgotten doesn't mean you're forgiven. I'm living in an age.
Damn, what the hell's going on? Hold on. What?
Hold the key.
Goddamn! What's going on?
Death is little more.
Hey, they still got hop in the air. Oh, I messed the lyrics. Oh my God. Beautiful singing, baby. Are y'all ready? I have never seen them live yet. I've seen him with Burials, but not Boundaries live. He's crazy. This is beautiful. This is
I feel like a lot of what
this is beautiful.
made this release so much more special to us.
Okay.
And maybe to other people who have been following the band for a little while, is that it brought so many new people in that, like, you know, there was so many comments we saw online when we were rolling this record out saying like, oh, you know, I never gave this band a chance before. Like I tried listening to, you know, past releases and such and just couldn't get into it. But this is like my favorite release of this year so far. You know, I've seen stuff like that. And I feel like that, like the people who have been with us see that and are happy that like this whole thing that we have built together, fans and band, has grown to this bigger thing now. It feels good that, you know, I think we did something a little bit stylistically different music-wise with this one than we did with past release. It's a little bit darker, but still has, you know, I guess mainstream elements to it. And I think, you know, I think it just came together unlike how either of our past 2 LPs did.
I feel like this record just had a lot to prove, because we had done, you know, the way I've always phrased it is like, your first LP, you're proving you can write an LP. Your second LP, you're proving the first one wasn't just getting lucky. So the third one really feels like maybe the most important, and that's a pressure that I was definitely feeling, was this could make or break whether or not people stick around for the long haul. So it felt like we pulled out all the stops, just stylistically, musically, lyrically, performance-wise, from, you know, me vocally, Tim vocally, Nathan, everyone that performed on the record. A phrase I was using a lot is I was treating it as like the last Boundaries record. Not saying that it is, but that's just, I was going into it with the mindset of, if I never make another one, I don't want to feel like I left something on the table. So I wanted to use it all.
Wow.
Body is a Cage is off of a record from 2 years ago now, I guess, probably around 2 years, Burying Brightness. It's a song that sort of, you know, wasn't a single, so for it to be kind of like a must play for us is not something we expected, but we've probably had it in every set since we wrote it. On Burying Brightness, it has a sister song. It's kind of a two-parter. That song, out of that context, doesn't really have the full payoff, but it's attached to another song called It Was Built to Break, which is the full circle moment with, you know, Body is a Cage is about realizing all of those internal issues and how you've held them in, and It Was Built to Break is that more restorative moment of addressing them, you know, releasing them, letting them out, acknowledging them, and then sort of recuperating from it. So out of that context, it's really just an aggressive song about not liking yourself. But as far as how it works lyrically within the record, it's a much more positive feeling than perhaps just that song on its own.
My body is a cage.
Oh, boom. Battle, battle, battle. Battle. My wig coming off. That's hard.
It's always had to tell me what's it good, what will repeat. I gotta be easier just to survive day to day. To use everybody, well they use me. My body is a fucking cage, and all the things I hate. My attempt to escape. My body is a cage, rules to me. My body is a fucking cage. All day long, things I hate. Every chance to escape. My body is a cage, rules to me. There's an air of blood. Reality, self-esteem, all of it kill me before it defines me. No one fucking gets a happy ending.
No one gets a happy ending. Like, oh, every time I hear it, gives me so much chills. Oh my god. No one gets a happy ending.
Going into this record, I was starting to, it's something I've been vocal about, feel kind of trapped as far as, I didn't want to write a third record that's just about, I guess, me and my feelings. Because it was starting to feel like I wouldn't be allowed to make stuff unless I was not doing well emotionally. It felt like kind of a trap. So I spent a lot of time talking to friends in other bands that write a similar style of like super emotive music, to be like, hey, you're on LP 5. You know, how exhausting is it just being like this vulnerable open wound on every record? I didn't get the answer I wanted, which was that it's not exhausting at all, it's not tiring, and it's actually really rewarding. But you know, the fact of the matter is, when you're 5 or 6 LPs deep and you still have to kind of be, you know, exposing all of like your own personal traumatic moments, because that's what people connect to. I don't know, it started to feel like a little sideshowy. It started to feel like a little zoo animal-y. You know, less about like connection and more just like look at me, and I didn't really like that feeling. You know, first LP, I think I was kind of figuring it out. Second LP, I wrote a lot more about just like specific people in my life, family members, people that have passed away mostly. That's really the overarching concept of Bearing Brightness. And then with this latest record, I wanted to do just a little bit of everything. I wanted to write stuff that was personal to me, stuff that I do connect to and is important, and I also wanted to experiment and try to write outside of that box, because I didn't want to fall into the hole of having to do the same thing every time. Figure if I try something new on LP3 and people like it, then that means I can try something new on LP4.
And you wrote Darkness Shared about that same feeling too.
Yeah, I mean, those feelings are throughout the record, of just, you know, the need to keep making something because somebody validates you for it. You know, you already know they like this, so why not just do that again? You know, having to make the conscious decision to stray away from what you know works, because, you know, at that point you're just a puppet, you know.
And I think that's like another thing that really separates this new record from the other two. I feel like he was a lot more versatile in writing styles, like whether it be storytelling, there's still some vulnerable moments in there, and then there's songs that are just like, I want to cut you in half, you know? Like there's just like a whole mix of like the different ends of the spectrum with heavy music, because there's like, you know, you have bands that are strictly storytelling, you have bands that are strictly like, woe is me. But then there's like, I think we found, or I should say, he found the appropriate middle ground as far as lyrical content goes, that just kind of brought everything together in such a nice, like, concise package, for sure.
It's all about expression.
Mm-hmm.
They get me about, man. It's the emotion, man. It's unexplained. You just gotta feel it. You really just gotta feel it. They're definitely my top 3. So yeah, that's my top 3. But album of the year right now.
The difference between you and me is my reality. Was ever gonna be your dream? The roots of you run with ruin. Someday we will go. A golden rim, painted with fire. A life with nothing to show. Crushes like no bear. Absolution in hand. I am your sacrifice. I am yours. Unwilling and unborn. One soul, shattered and dead.
I love their I like how they transition. Like it'll be so positive and it just goes south so quickly.
I don't forget, and I'd rather be dead than forget.
W Glassjaw shirt, I just noticed. I only heard Glassjaw once. I'm sorry, I know. You're hardcore, keep you know hardcore. Shut the just makes me vulnerable.
You were supposed to save me. The roots of you ran me through it.
Like, I'll tell louder.
A golden rim, painted with fire. A life left, nothing to show. Where you leave the place you live. And let them escape. Place you can take. Or is it not good enough for you? To be your split. Feeling fucking worthless. Corruption's a flood. And fuck up right back.
They make me vulnerable. Like, I gotta put on music. They make me like, just reflect on my life. Like, all the things I've done, all the things that happened to me. Like, they're really a reflective band. I ain't stopping up on here. All right, y'all.